Hey Shamier, I'm Mike Manalo from the Nerds of Color. How are you?
Mike, what's up? Nice backdrop.
Thank you very much. I put it up there so I could give Michael a hug because he's just so sad at it. Um,
Great, love
Good.
your background.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. No, I use it so I can hug both Michael and Zoe. Like,
And he's got character names. He's on it.
so I just wanted to say thank you both for doing this. And if I'm nervous at all, I apologize in advance. I've always had a bit of a crush on Anna, and I probably shouldn't have said that. But that being
See,
said,
I told you,
let's
Anna.
go,
I told
gentlemen.
you.
that
She
being
doesn't have
said,
time for speed dating, but the junket will double as both.
You both give some of the best performances of your career in this movie, I think, and it is really a wonderful film. So my first question for Anna, Zoe really is the heart of this movie and the soul of this movie, and I think it's through her character that we really get these amazing themes about sacrifice and the will to help one another during times of crisis. And I wanted to ask, what do you think makes Stowaway and its messages and Zoe as a character so relevant today, now more than ever?
Well, I mean, I think it's a beautiful question, and you may have answered it for me, because I think you're absolutely right that that question of what am I willing to sacrifice, what am I willing to do to help the people around me, to make sure that everybody's safety and well-being and life is cared for. And we've seen people really not rise to the occasion in various ways, from disappointing to really disgusting over the last year. And we've also seen really amazing acts of sacrifice and community and coming together. And my character is absolutely gung-ho about no man left behind. Like, we will put everything at risk, we'll put everything on the line to try to come out of this as a unit. And obviously those decisions become more and more complicated as the film goes on, but it's unbelievably timely.
I wanted to tell you, Shamier, this is such a huge breakout role for you. Honestly, you did such an amazing job in this. We all love you from Winona Earp, but to see you really grace like the big screen here in such a really engaging and wonderful role, and to give such a tender, loving performance as you do, I got to send all the praise your way, brother. I mean, you did just a killer job. So,
Thank you, man.
amazing.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, the movie is so beautiful, and at its core, it's about humanity and sacrifice and determination and the strength of the human spirit and will to survive. Why do you think films set in space tend to speak better about humanity and the human condition than most films set on Earth?
Because in space, you only have to deal with your emotions. You got to do it yourself. I think that's the most important thing. There are elements at play for sure, and those elements are just space. And I think as a human being in those elements, you can't dial 911. You can't call your mom. You can't run out to the street and ask for help. You kind of have to deal with yourself and your mind. And I think that's why the idea of space films are so fascinating, because one, space is still a place that we're discovering in real time every minute of the day. And I think we've done so much work on Earth as human beings. We want to explore more and go beyond the clouds, and the term sky is the limit is clearly not the case, as the reason why we have people going to Mars and wherever else in the solar system. And I think that's just fascinating. And I think humans just love to love the unknown, and I think that's why this film is fascinating. But I think, like you said at the beginning, will, determination, sacrifice, and empathy, and just it's a human story. What I love about this movie and this script, that there's no villain, there's no real villain, no antagonist. It's just four people in a space having to deal with the situation at hand and deal with each other. And that's why this film, to me, is very interesting.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And David also does a lot of sacrificing in this film as well, and your performance is fantastic too. Having said that, we do have a question from our editor. When the trailer for the film came out, she tweeted out, "Good afternoon to your arms," at which you tweeted back, "Good afternoon from your arms." So my question from the editor is, how are your arms, and what was it like using them to climb a space station?
I'm glad we're getting to the hard hitting stuff. My arms are fine, thank you. They're doing well, and they were very surprised to get the attention that they got after the trailer was released. But I thank they thank your editor, and you know, hopefully, you know, I gotta be careful that they don't get big heads. You know, so I'll keep them in check, and we'll see where we go from there.
I honestly don't think she'd mind if they did. So just saying.
I just want to point out that Daniel actually did do some of that climbing, the tethers. I was always on wires because nobody trusts these guns to get me up there without falling. So I was always at least attached to wires. But Daniel actually did some of that climb, which was in the spacesuit, without being attached to a wire. Which I didn't believe it until I saw the footage of it. Because somebody was like filming on an iPhone, like to prove that you did it. I was like, he is just showing off. He just wants extra credit.
Yeah, that's right.
For the record, I trust you. For the record, I trust your guns, Anna. I thought you did all your climbing yourself until you told me that it was wires. But no, I want to say
need heart emojis on my screen right now. I need to be giving you heart emojis on my screen.
We'll edit those into the video for sure. Thank you guys so much for your time. This was an amazing movie, and you guys are both amazing too. So I love you guys both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
Yeah.
Give Michael a hug for me, okay?
Will do. Here we go.
See you later.
Pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.